Oh no, what happened? What happened to you? Why are you crying? I just lost my job. You know what's unemployment, right? Yes, yes, I know, but I think you should explain us more. Unemployment occurs when a person who is actively searching for employment is unable to find work. Oh no. How do we measure unemployment rate? So the unemployment rate is number of unemployed people divided by the labor force. Easy. People who are not willing to work but have the job offers are also considered as unemployed. Why? Because they're not working, but they could be. Okay, the natural rate of unemployment is defined as the equilibrium rate of unemployment. The rate of unemployment where real wages have found their free market level. It is where the aggregate supply of labor is balanced with aggregate demand of labor. At all natural rate, all these wanting to work at the prevailing real wage rate have found employment, and there is no involuntary unemployment. Okay? There remains some voluntary unemployment as some people remain out of jobs, searching for work, offering higher real wages or better conditions.
So looking at this diagram, the government might try to reduce the natural rate by bringing down the horizontal distance between the supply of labor and the labor force.
There are two types of disequilibrium unemployment. One which is real wage unemployment and demand deficient unemployment. Real wage unemployment is caused by the trade union and the minimum wages. Because of trade union has too much power, they always look for a higher wage which is above equilibrium, which will cause the demand of the company to fall, and which will cause unemployment. And it will move the WE to W1 as agreed supply is higher than agreed demand, which create AB, the gap that's represent the unemployment rate. Because of that, and trade union and the government are preventing the unemployment to become clearing. Yeah. And demand deficient unemployment, it is associated with a downturn in economic and or slow growth of the economic. Slow growth in the economic cause the demand of the consumer to fall, which will make firms to reduce their cost. They will cut. They will need less labor force to work, which will reduce the agreed demand fall. So which will cause also the unemployment happens.
There's a solution to real wage unemployment. This solution is to reduce trade union power and to cut minimum wages. Trade unions are preventing the labor market from clearing and create a higher real wage unemployment due to trying to have the highest minimum wages possible. If the government would reduce the power of trade unions, they would not be able to negotiate higher wages. This is not as easy as it sounds though. Trade unions already have so much power in France, for example, where nearly everybody is in the trade union. When the government tries to reduce minimum wage, people just go on strike and stop working. Also, a lower minimum wage will harm the poorest workers the most. If the minimum wage is lower, more people can be employed, but the average wage is lower. As people want to have the highest minimum wage as possible, it will be very difficult to reduce the minimum wage. There is also a solution to how to reduce demand-deficient unemployment, which are demand-side policies. Demand-side policies are policies that are likely to increase demand in an economy. Therefore, an increase in demand would likely lower the unemployment as there is more jobs available. The downside is that the government would have to come up with the money, and as we all know, the government does not like spending money.
Equilibrium unemployment is when the labor market might be in equilibrium. This means that the number of people looking for jobs is equal to the number of people that have jobs. The number of unemployed can be affected by different kinds of unemployments. Structural unemployment, which means that one's skills are not demanded by certain markets, or that one's expertise are not useful for the market at the moment. Seasonal unemployment, which is basically the time that for example, skiing structures are unemployed during summertime. And this finally, frictional unemployment, which happens between someone leaving their current job and finding the new job. During this time, they are temporarily unemployed.
These different types of unemployment are caused by different factors. Structural unemployment is caused by minimum wage being set too high, since they discourage firms from employing because it's too expensive. It can also be caused by using the machines instead of instead to cut costs. Seasonal unemployment is when people are employed during certain time of the year and the rest of the year they are unemployed. Frictional unemployment happens because many people are finishing education or leaving their current job and can't find jobs, and that's when they are temporarily unemployed.
There are solutions. For frictional unemployment, government should lower the unemployment benefit to encourage people to take jobs that are available rather than just stay along with just waiting for the chance. And so if they lower the unemployment benefit, the unemployment people, their willingness to work might increase, thus shifting the aggregate supply of labor to the right. Or like UK, they set up job centers, a government-funded agency that help people to look for suitable employment and firms to fill in vacancies. So there is greater flow of information. For solutions for seasonal unemployment is quite similar to frictional unemployment. So the government should reduce the unemployment benefit, and there needs to be more flow of information for unemployment people. Solutions to structural unemployment could be split to two ways of policies. One is interventional policies, that government can introduce such policies in order to improve vocational mobility. So they provide incentives to firms to train these employees to make them more marketable for other jobs, and also incentives for those unemployed to join the training mission. Well, if jobs exist in other parts of the country, the government might provide subsidies or tax breaks to encourage people to move to those areas. However, these policies have disadvantages, such as they are really only effective in the long term.